Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody watching this. This video will be a tutorial slash explanation of the web page we have here. So first and for all, we will not be talking about every single thing about this web page. Instead, we will be focusing on the function of this web page that connects it to a database. So first, we have this here, the front page to our web page, as you can see. Now if we go over to the code to this, will be met here, the index php file. This file will be is the front page to our web page, and you can see here, this here is all our references. We have a navigation bar here, as you can see here in this code. That's our navigation bar right there. And then we have these different sections here. They are separated into different files, so we use php and the include function, which includes this separated file here, separate files I mean. Then if you look over to the left here, we have the folders. In the SQL folder, we have our database code here, and then we'll skip the pages for now. As if we go up here, we have the classes. This is we don't have to discuss this right now. This is complicated stuff. What then we also have CSS here, which again we're not gonna go into too much details because look at this, it's very long, and by now you should know CSS. It's just a way to design your web page. Next folder we have here is the images. This part here stores all the image no, not this. This here stores all the images for our web page. For example, this guys here in the explore section, we have images here. This is where we keep all the images in the images folder. Next we have the JavaScript folder, which houses our functions here. For example, this function here, sorry about the lag there, this beautiful effects here, where if you hover into the rectangles here, it would display background pictures. Then next is the pages. The pages folders includes the code for the different sections of our web page. As you can see, we have the explore section here. There, we have the explore section. We have the services section. We have the travel section, and then lastly we have the booking section I mean. So next we're gonna be going to our main focus for today, which is the booking section, because this section contains the functions that connects it to a database. Now as you can see here in the booking section, excuse the embedded style CSS, here if you see here, this is the form for our booking section. As you can see here, if you click this, it will direct you to a form. Now then, if you need to fill up this form as a booking process, then the info you inputted in this form will be transferred to the database, local database. Now here we have a placeholder, and then here their users form here, name, address, then age and phone number. Then after you fill those out, you go to the tourist spot where you're gonna go, location, description. After that, you fill out the booking info, the payment info, so on and so on. And so next, after you fill those out, it will execute this code here, which this here is our main focus for today. This has the function that connects it to the database, stores infos in the database. So first we start here, we check if the user reaches this sorry, we check if the user got to this page or got to this file using the post method, because we check that because users can just enter the file directory in the search bar, and that would make it that would direct them to this. So we don't want that to happen. So first we check if the user got here using post method. After that, we initialize variables here. We give them infos about our server. For example, here we have the server name, which is localhost. We have the username for our server, which is root, and then the password, which is blank. We have no password. That's the default, by the way. Then the name of the database that we will be using. Next, we create a connection. We create a variable and then store it with MySQLi Connect along with the data, with the informations and the data that we initialized here: the server name, the username, password, and the database name. Now, this variable will now serve as your connection, as it can do that connection because it has all the info it needs to enter the server. After that, we check the connection. If connection is not true, then we execute the processes and echo out a error message. So next, what we're gonna be doing is initialize user data. As you can see here, this here is for the user form. As you can see here, the name, address, age, and the phone. So all that is inputted in the user's form, the first form when you go to the booking section. It stores those inputted inputs into these parameters here in our array. After that, we extract the user ID using this function. This function here will post or record all this data into our database. So let's take a look at this function here. Insert user here. Now, insert user function. This function will, as I said earlier, will send your the inputted data into our database and record them there. Keep them safe. So first, we initialize the function. We named it insert user. We gave it the con so that it can use the connection and actually go inside the server, and then a data parameter. Here we set up where we initialized what our SQL query, which is insert into users, and then we name the columns we want to insert into, and then the values. Now, this, you might be confused, this is called parameterized bind parameters. These are parameters that are binded. So this is just a way to prepare it. Next, we have the statement variable here, stmt, which prepares our SQL queries here using the connection. And next we check if the statement is not true, or if something about its correct connection to the server or the query is not true, it will throw an exception and then echo out what that exception is. Next here we have this res, which is what I said in this, the parameter binds. Now we bind the parameters so that users cannot inject malicious code here that will ruin our website. So we bind the parameters using MySQLi statement bind param. Then next, if the parameter, we check here again, if the bind param failed, then it will echo out that error. Yes, we also have one here, if MySQLi stmt execute, if this fails to execute, this here, if this fails to execute, we check here if this got executed or not. Then if it got executed, then we will echo out new user inserted successfully, meaning we successfully inserted a new user in our database. And then insert ID, we have a insert ID here, MySQLi insert ID, using the connection. And else, if this fails, then we throw an error. Then we close the connection using this MySQLi statement close statement. Then return insert ID double question mark to null. This will, if insert ID is not null, then return insert ID. If insert ID is null, return insert ID as null. So now, after we return the insert ID, this function will now have the user's ID, which is auto-generated because in the SQL we auto-incremented the user's ID. So now here, the user ID will have, of course, the user ID, and then after this got executed, the data inputted here will be posted to our database. So, and then the same thing happened here in the spot, the tourist spot form, where you fill out where you wanna go. For same thing happens, we store the datas in, we take the datas from the form and then store it here, and then get the spot ID, and then execute this function, which is basically the same as the insert user, and then we take the spot ID. After that, we go to another one, the booking form, which again takes the inputted data and then stores them into this parameters, but this time we use the spot ID and the user ID to indicate that booking was done by that person or that user. And then same thing happened here again, we get the booking ID and execute this function, which is again basically the same as the other two. We then use that booking ID for our payment form or the payment section in our fill up form. same thing happens. Take the inputs from those form and then store it in these parameters, and then again using the book ID, and then with again take the payment ID by executing this function, which is again basically the same as the other three functions before. So that was it. Thank you for listening. Have a great day, night, afternoon. Bye.